Nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations of life.
You're not up, you're fucking down. And if you're down, I'm here to pick you up.
They don't want to deal with me, block me.
See, I'm not one of the niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride on my back like a Mustang. I gotta watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I send my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
Yo, it's your boy Light Buddha Mike back at it again with another TikTok live reaction. How is everybody doing out there, yo? Hope y'all having a beautiful Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? It's 420. It's 420. Y'all already know what today is. It's celebration. You know what I mean? Said, but this video today is dedicated to Nick Sherly, obviously. Because surely you know this is an agenda to take away our constitutional rights. Surely you know that. But I digress. I won't hold you to it. Yo, Angela in the building. What's up, Angela the doll? Alright, I ain't gonna hold you no more. I'm gonna get right into the mix. Let's hit it.
Palm Beach Pete ain't beating the allegations.
Are you Palm Beach Pete?
That's me.
Oh my god, I knew it!
Let me see you pull up.
Let me see you pull up.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Nah, can't be asking them questions. Okay, that must be the link. Let me see if I can post it. No, it's been. What the hell is up with my chat looking weird? Huh. It's weird because it's at the bottom. But it's alright, let's get it.
So why is Venezuela's oil so important? It's not necessarily the oil itself that's important. It's what they're using to buy the oil that is important in this situation. Now, let's talk about it. You all know that Russia and China are two of Venezuela's largest importers of their oil. Now, what did Venezuela change about how you can purchase their oil? Well, it wasn't just Venezuela. It was a lot of other countries like Saudi Arabia also, who's now accepting a different currency for their oil besides the US dollar. Now, this isn't so much important about Venezuela oil. The importance of this is that they are no longer selling their oil with our dollar. And what does that mean for the US dollar? So why?
See, the war has always been against currency, forms of currency, because whoever controls the money controls the population. It's that simple, you guys. It's all about control. Uh, God is the dollars that you trust. Well, you put your trust in, I should say, because in God they trust, and those dollars they will trust. But we gonna keep it building. Find a good video. I gotta take a bathroom break. Shit.
Yo, to anyone who's deep in the rabbit hole, bro, buckle up, bro, because this shit is absolutely insane. So, I took some notes here, so I remember what to say. So, in 1893, this guy named Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a 3-part book series, right? The first one is called Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump. The second one is called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And the third one is called The Last President. Alright? In the first book, Little Baron Trump lives in Trump Castle in Germany. And he finds a manuscript by a man named Don Fum that leads to underground tunnels in Russia that have portals to other dimensions. Okay? The first 2 books are just about Baron Trump and his dog, like, exploring all these weird dimensions, right? But this is where it really gets weird, bro. In the third book, The Last President, Don Fum uses these portals to become a controversial president who lives on 5th Avenue in New York. And he basically ruins the price of gold and is super controversial and ruins everything. His vice president's name is Pence, bro. That shit is absolutely crazy, but it gets even crazier, bro. Ingersoll Lockwood lived on the exact same street as Nikola Tesla when he wrote this book series. At the very same time that he was living on this street with Nikola Tesla was claiming that he invented time travel. Like, he deadass was saying, I'm about to make freaking time travel and portals, and we're about to do it. And a little bit after, he mysteriously dies in a hotel. And all of his blueprints, all of his inventions are in this hotel when he dies. Guess who gets sent, along with the CIA, to pick up his blueprints? John G. Trump. Trump's literal blood uncle, bro. Think about it, bro. It gets even deeper, though. Werner von Braun, Nazi scientist, by the way, founder of NASA, wrote a book called Project Mars in 1953 about a man named Elon who takes everyone to Mars. The founder of NASA. And now Trump and Tesla are working together. They got space and time. Think about it, 5th Avenue right by Times Square. I'm telling you, dog, this shit is a simulation, bro.
Come to find out that Mars was in Alaska the whole time. Nobody even knew it. Nobody knew it. Yeah, DJ just came back in. She texted at 9:14. I came live at, I think, 9:16. So she was probably already like going back and forth, seeing what I was doing and stuff if I was in that chat. But enough about that. Let's keep moving on to the next. Mm-hmm. And if you don't deal with that right, you know what I'm saying, that shit could get you kicked out of your house, end up in a psych ward, and worst of all, homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want them problems. So you gotta learn how to filter out the bullshit and keep a calm mind, like you don't know what you know. Because otherwise, you're gonna feel like everybody's looking at you weird, and that's the glasses that you just put on. Okay, them glasses don't come off because you just put them on. You know what I'm saying? And just because you don't realize that you just put them on, that's the part that is scary because you can't take them off. You have to go through it. You have to dedicate it to the cause. And the cause is you wanted to know a lot more than what you knew. Now you have to deal with the repercussions of the consequences of what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? What up, though? What up, Boogie? Let's keep it moving.
Told y'all, we are full of gamma radiation. Now, when people hear the term gamma radiation, that throws them off. But people that's been in the university, I've been telling y'all, we got green veins, they got blue veins. Okay? We are full of cosmic gamma radiation. And just like the Hulk, if we ever tapped into that, you're going to go through the same thing. You're going to go through what's the word I'm looking for? A galactic metamorphosis.
I like to call it,
which is a real
I like
thing.
to call it the Zaru stage.
But guess what? If you walking around
You just
believing
harness
you
your
don't know about
primal
deoxyribonucleic
instincts
acid,
straight.
you've never heard of it, this hidden genetic that only Black and Latino people have. You never heard of deoxyribonucleic acid. You walking around only knowing about DNA. Then yes, you can watch the Hulk and not know that they're literally talking about you. They're making fun of you. All of the superhero movies, they're just making fun of us. They just like putting it in our face what they did to us, what powers they suppressed from us. These are our natural abilities.
We are the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? We got latent skills that we didn't know we had. We're better at other shit than other people did. It's fucked up, but it's true. I have seen all kinds of people with green veins, so I got green veins like a motherfucker. Look at and remember, anybody that puts copper on their skin turn green. So yeah, that's how we used to tattoo each other back in the day. Just wear a copper bracelet, get a band.
Son. ¿Verdad que sí están esos? Sí. That is bad. Oh my god, ojalá todos se salieron.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Look how big that is.
Slide till the vape going up in smoke. It's not just dark skinned people, is what I mean. Yeah. There's a lot of people. Well, you gotta remember, Angela, not all skin folk is kinfolk. Some of these people is reptilian by nature. You know what I'm saying? And some of them are reptilian by education purposes. Cold world. The blinders is on a lot of us. You know what I'm saying?
Flat earthers, where are you? Y'all do know you can't believe that 3-Eye Atlas is hiding behind the sun if you believe we live on a flat, stationary earth. Now, let's talk about it. If we live on a flat, stationary earth, that would mean that the sun is rotating above. It's not the earth rotating around the sun, which would mean that 3-Eye Atlas can't be hiding behind the sun. You know what seemed to amaze me most is that people get to a point of not believing what the government say, not believing what NASA says. And now all of a sudden, you all are waiting to hear what NASA has to say about 3-Eye Atlas. Now, we know the Earth is stationary, flat. You can ask any pilot. FBI documents have been declassified stating that this is a flat, stationary surface. That means we're not a ball floating in outer space.
We have inner space. There is no outer space. The space is between us. The distance traveled between me and you. So what if people are really AI who gain self-awareness? You know, that movie Free Guy with, what was his name? The dude who played Deadpool. Gosh. It's in there, but, that's what that was about. He put on the glasses though. You know what I'm saying? He put on the glasses. Maybe Free Guy was our like modern day, if you will, They Live, I guess. Huh. No, it's pretty plausible theory, you know. Can't really prove it, but we can't really disprove it. Because you download skills like you were a sim, you know, educate yourself enough to know that you can apply it applicably. You could actually do some shit with it, you know what I'm saying? But some of these people they're not applicable with skills. So let's just say they're not special, but they're NPC. Like they're programmed to do a certain task, and that's the task they'll do. Me and you, we're different. We look different, but we're the same. You know what I'm saying? We're different, but we're same. There you go. So outer space is the space outside of the domes. No. See, outer space is the extra plane. See, I don't believe it's a dome that we live in per se. I believe that it's like a, how do you say it? It's a terraformed land, and there's other ways outside of the lands, but you have to go straight. You can't go up. You have to go straight. And it's like the watch. You know what I'm saying? How watches are? It's just flat. And it's like an infinite flatness. Like I think our flatness is matched by the flatness. So in the other flatnesses of the map, where there are little pockets of us, you know what I'm saying? Little, because they have sun systems, and the little energy or nucleuses of their suns are what give them that little bubble shape, because it's like an energy that spirals around itself till it fizzles out, I guess. I don't know how it works. I'm just saying it's speculation, of course. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's how I think it.
They coming for our energy this month. We told you that this month was going to be filled with turmoil beyond belief. And lo and behold, it is living up to everything that we expected. It's up to us, you guys, to change the reality. They are trying to force us into a CW right now with black against white, and I'd be damned if it ain't working. We have to keep our heads up. We have to know that this is coming and know better. Do not fall for it, you all. It is sad what just happened to Charlie Kirk. Lord knows it is sad. All right? I don't agree with everything the man say. I agree with something the man say. All right? The same way some of y'all might not agree with some of the stuff I say. But some of y'all might agree with some of the stuff I say. You can't agree with everything from everybody. But every living human being has the right to their opinion. Period. All right? That's my stance, and I'm standing on it. Everyone has the right to their opinion. So please, people, please remember your neighbor. Whether they're not the same color at all, is still your neighbor. All right? Remember that.
Right. Thanks, Angela. Hey, when's your birthday, by the way? My mom's is the 29th. Oh, I didn't delete it.
Just like in the medical field, they don't care about if you're healthy or not. They just got to keep you sick enough to where you appear healthy, but then you still got to come back. Because if everybody's just healthy, the hospitals don't make no money. Now the doctors lose their jobs. Nurses, all these people lose their jobs if everybody's just healthy. So the hospital industry will never give you nothing to keep you healthy. Everything they give you is designed to kill you. Anything FDA approved is designed to hurt your avatar. If that shit say FDA approved, that means they approved it. That means yes, they know that shit is in there that's gonna fuck you up. That's what FDA approved means. You hear me? You hear me? FDA, fucked up drugs for Ananuki. You hear me? Fucked up drugs for Ananuki. You hear me? FDA, fuck you talking about. You hear me? Like, nigga, they sign off on that shit, nigga. That mean you better know that shit got some heat in it to knock you off your heels. That's what that mean. Niggas be like, oh, the FDA approved this. Right, nigga, that mean if they approved it, nigga, you better know that shit got that spice in it. That's what that mean. It got that spice in it. This shit got that. That's gonna fuck them up. You hear me? Fucked up drugs for Ananuki. FDA.
Yeah, my mom was 29th of April, born in the year of the dragon. So I'm born from a dragon, which makes me part dragon, which would make the Capricorn in me part dragonfish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm part goatfish. And then in the Chinese zodiac, I'm an ox. So I'm strong like the ox. So it's Taurus dragon. Taurus dragon. It's weird, right? It's weird. See, I like the Chinese zodiac a lot better, though. I don't know why. I do not know why. Probably because they have a dragon in it. It'll be awesome. Probably because they got a dragon in it.
Okay? The C note tune, played in reverse, puts us in a hypnotic trance. Why? Because anciently, everything they taught us is the opposite. Okay? C note being played in reverse under everything. I'm telling you the actual note. It's a lot of fucking notes. People that play instruments know. The C note being played in reverse is what has us under mass hypnosis. And they can use this C note in reverse to alter the whole way you move. It's no different than Get Out. When she clicked the thing, ding, and he froze up. The reason he froze up was because there was a version of the C note in reverse. It'll lock you up. You ain't going nowhere. Because remember, your organs are related to the same organs that make sounds. That's why they call them organs. The whole fucking English language is witchcraft.
I mean, why is it muted? What is the hell? Said my ex-husband is Gemini. Pause. Not mine. Angela said that. But you see that on the screen. Oh no, you can't. What the fuck? Damn it! How come nobody said it wasn't on the screen? I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking. No Diddy. I wasn't looking though. There it goes. Post it. That way I'm not talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? The girl, I know who he is. Oh, why he's your ex? Oh, yeah. Because you don't know how many minds is in that Gemini. It could be like one, could be two, could be a few. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it could be legion. If somebody hurt that person, it could be a whole legion. That person might have gathered the ancestors, turned into the avatar, and decide they want to hurt somebody that day. And whoever walks in their way is about to get shot. So, you know what I'm saying?
This is the result of what they have done to us. See what I'm saying? They describe shit to us. And we believe it. Because they gave us a description. You see what I'm saying? They gave us a description. You feel me? And you believe that description. That's why you believe you was just in Africa with baskets of fruits on your head right now. You nigga thought, boy, nigga, 10 years ago, boy, you couldn't tell nobody black they wasn't from Africa, and you couldn't tell them that they would have started off like this. Like, nigga, you ain't from Africa neither. What you talking about? Man, let's go back to Africa for what? Nigga, we not all from Africa. Shout out to the guys and brothers and sisters that we got in Africa, but nigga, they was on that part of the land, and we was on this part of the land, and we was all on different parts of the land. We wasn't just all in Africa, nigga. That would be a lie.
What African you know grow this? What African you know grow facial hair? Head full of afro. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't Afro indigenous like we is. Personally, I like the Afro indigenous way. So I've been with this Gemini going on 21 years too. Was that your kid?
Is a skull update. Wait until you find out what Australia really is. Now, let's TikTok about it. Before I get started, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Nothing that I'm saying is true. If you've been following me, you know that I showed you that Africa is a skull. I believe it's Moana. And I've also shown you that Hawaii is a rooster. And now I'm showing you that Australia was her pet pig, Pua. Check this out. For those of you who I know wouldn't have been able to see it, I went ahead and adjusted the map for you so you can pay attention to it. But if you look, you can see the snout, you can see the head, this is where the ear goes. I've already mapped this out for you, okay? Around to the tail. I'm gonna show you the curl on the tail, all right? The tail comes here, look at it. Right there, the tail curled around and come back. All right? That is the curly tail on the pig right there. There's the rump, around to the legs. Now check this out. Right here around the snout area, I want you to look right there. What do you see?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see?
It's an ear, nigga. It's an eye. Everything. And it's a winking eye. Hey, motherfuckers. So we married right after graduation, and he enlisted in the Marine Corps. Oh yeah. What up, Calix? Calix in the building. How's everything going, man? Happy 420. You know what it is over here. We over here chilling. You want to come up, man? Come up. Sofa panel. Still live. Talking about this world we live in. Oh, the military do change you. It's meant to break you and build you back up. They don't tell you that, but it's a different form of MK Ultra altogether. One of the earliest forms, really, if you think about it. Because you have to be kind of like sick in the head to make people want to go kill somebody for somebody else's view, not their view, somebody else's view. You know, it's fuckery. But hey, if they don't do it, man, somebody's gonna end up taking the land. So we train them. We, the people, basically coerced into training them. Said then when you probably had to spend time with them got weird, huh? He was way too stubborn for that. Nobody likes to spend time. Yeah, man.
Jesus was a mystic. He never talked about going to church. He didn't say read a Bible. Show me where he said read a Bible. Show me where he said to go to church. He never said go to church. He never said read a Bible. In fact, he was so enamored by these great churches, he walked down the street and said there's going to be one brick left laying on top of another one. He said, forget that. What was he concerned about? You, inside of you. He didn't point to some far-off God who was going to come down and save you. He said, you are the light. The kingdom of God is in you. He didn't set himself up and say, look at me, I'm Jesus, and I hotsy-totsy stuff, I'm on Christmas cards and everything. Look at me, ain't I something? He didn't ever said that. You know what he said? You think I'm doing good stuff? I'll tell you something, Omar. The things I do, you can do too. You can do better than I do, Joey. That's the kind of guy he was. Never drew attention to himself, drew attention to you. He never came to show his divinity, he came to show your divinity. And he told you how to reach it, how to make it explode. It's within you. Raise yourself up to the upper room. Practice the single eye. And you'll fill with light and wisdom and power and understanding. That's the kind of guy he was.
I mean, to be honest, they beat this dude, made him carry his basically execution site across town, spit on him, made him wear a thorn crown, nailed him to the cross, stuck it in a post hole, stabbed him in his lung, watched him bleed out, heard his words. Why would you do that to somebody who was just saying, hey, we shouldn't be paying government taxes? Why are we paying the government when we have the right to live? It's a gift, and we don't want to waste it working for someone else. That's all.
This is why when your ass get here and you can look up your sign or you can do your natal chart and the shit be so lined up with your energy, because that's the galaxy and the tribe, the galactic tribe you was fucking with at the time, and you left straight from there. You got your mission from headquarters though. Headquarters is Sirius X, but you was there at the time, and then you came here, and then it manifests here as what they want to call a birth date. This is why we don't say birth date, we say solar return. You get it now? You get it now. And within that, you Leo, you was in the Leo galaxy. And then Leo has 999 planets in it. So ain't no telling what planet you was on. And on that planet, you was doing your own thing with the tribe you was there, that you elected to come here. This is why your energy lines up so much with it, because it ain't no fucking constellation. It's an actual galaxy, and it had tribes in that galaxy. And that's just then and there. Some of you are a part of 6, 7, 8, 9 different galactic tribes.
I know I'm yin yang, so one and the same. Gotta be. have to have all that energy, you know what I'm saying? Keep that shit maintained. Got crafted good with the bad. Why is my shit frozen on TV? Oh, am I lagging or something? What's going on?
All right. Sending nothing but peace and insight to all of you who have been tuning into these lectures the last 2 years, or whether it be the last 2 weeks or the last 2 days. Really take these lessons in and really let them marinate on your soul, meditate on them, and go a step further. All right, because like I've always told y'all, you don't need me, you don't need Rashad Jamal, right? I'm just here to help you remember. So remember, the key word is remember. All right, because everybody not on the same influence level. Everybody don't understand this intellect the same way. We not receiving it the same way. Although I know what my intent is when I give a lecture, you better know there's millions watching this shit. We not all receiving this the same way. So this is why you have to take the information, go within, do your own research, all right? But let your main library be the core of your soul. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt when that voice speaking to you. That's you. That's your ancestors. That's your spiritual realms. That's your higher self. You got to get in tune with that side of yourself. The trust. A lot of the downloads of information has already come to you. Everything you need to do, or every question you have, you already have the answers to. But a lot of times you haven't became one with self yet to really understand the trust self, to understand what is that thought. Because you don't just get thoughts, right? All right, every thought is being fed to you from somewhere. So you got to be able to decipher, okay, what's coming to me from my ancestors and my spiritual family and nature herself, or what's coming to me as other people's vibration that I'm perceiving and receiving and taking it as my own energy. You can't take nobody else's energy. You got to strengthen your aura field, strengthen your energy, because that's where we at right now, all right?
Feel you on that one, dog. That was 100. Keep moving. Or your body stones. Shit.
A doomsday earthquake is coming to the United States any day now, and there will be catastrophic damage in our color-shaded regions above me here. So if you're in these areas, you could even see the United States completely split in half any day now by a major earthquake. All right, guys, come on. We've been hearing this type of misinformation floating around TikTok for days now. And you know Rush Weather had to get on here and bring y'all the truth. Now, the only truth that you need to know is that we have no accurate way under modern science and technology to accurately predict or forecast earthquakes. We just don't know. We can take historical data and we can look at future probabilities and say maybe within this date range we could see something occur again. But again, we just don't know. And if that doesn't verify within the next 50 years, they're going to say, oh, in the next 50 years. Or they'll just go as simple as any day now we could see something occur. And so with that being said, you got to be really careful where you're getting your information from. Is this a seismic active zone? Yes, it's one of the most active seismic zones east of the Rocky Mountains, and something like this could occur. Now, will we see the U.S. split in half? Very unlikely scenario. But could we see?
See, I think I'm more compatible with a Virgo. So, well, Taurus is the counterpart for Scorpio. Yeah, Earth and Water. See, I was with a Cancer, it's water sign, and a Scorpio, which is another water sign. I don't know. Something wasn't right. I guess like separation from them doesn't really work. Some partners ain't meant to like maintain distance, I guess. It's like Wi-Fi with them. Once your signal goes off, they go to another signal. You know?
Do you have a twin brother?
I do. Yes.
I'm a little. Ask him again. Do you have a twin brother?
I do.
What kind of a twin is it? Like identical twin? Or?
He's a fraternal twin. His name is Gary. We don't speak much.
Got it. Again, I'm getting that sort of inconclusive wave, so maybe it's...
My diet coming off kind of fishy, you know? Something don't smell right. But hey, we'll keep on digging.
Okay, here's our guy. Palm Beach Pete is Peter Semel. I found him online at the Casino Jack movie premiere back in 2010. He's pictured here with Robin Bronk and Laney Hay. Robin Bronk is a movie producer, and Laney Hay is involved with national security and actually owns a firm that equips national security agencies.
No, that one looked like Henry Winkler. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. That one looked like Henry Winkler. What y'all think? I'm playing again.
Okay, here's our guy. Palm Beach Pete is Peter Semel. I found him online at the Casino Jack movie premiere back in 2010. He's pictured here with Robin Bronk and Laney Hay. Robin Bronk is a movie producer, and Laney Hay is involved with national security and actually owns a firm that equips national security agencies.
So basically, do work with the NSA and shit. That's what you're telling us. So he would know how to pass a lie detector test or something like that.
Not only did Palm Beach Pete take and fail a lie detector test, he failed it on a weird question. Listen to what he says about him and Jeff. This is weird.
Jeffrey
Listen.
Epstein ever been in the same room together?
This is nuts.
I was at a party and he was at that party.
Okay.
I never spoke to him. I never met him. He just happened to be at a party that I was invited to.
Now watch.
So the answer is yes?
The answer was yes. I was in a room and he was in the same room.
No, I'm getting a little deception there.
There it is. He lied. There it is.
Okay.
What can I tell you?
I don't know. The truth?
Maybe. So he says he's getting a little deception. Now, there are going to be levels and scales to this. And to be honest, these lie detector tests are pretty faulty, especially if you have anxiety disorders or certain mental health issues. They're not good for you at all in what they measure in the body, and you might not get an accurate reading. So how deceptive was it? And does that mean he is or isn't Jeff? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. He seems kind of fishy. Fishy on lying. But I don't know. Oh, you said what happened to Bartholomew? I don't even know, man. It disappeared. Man, if Ben Stiller don't quit cosplaying Epstein for real. That was fun. Like my damn joint back up. Shit over here killing me now. I'm trying to finish this shit in the whole stream, you know?
When they released those files and we didn't do nothing about it, everybody just went back to their regular old normal lives like nothing ever happened, like nothing. Baby, they knew that they could go ahead and release him too. Say what you want and believe what you want, but baby, that is not his twin. That is definitely him. Y'all can fall for this Palm Beach Pete character if you want to, because that's exactly what he is, a character. Let me just say this. That man has gotten so many interviews. He's on podcasts, TMZ, and the whole nine within a matter of days. This man is 60, 70 years old, which means he's been on this earth for a very long time. And you telling me all of a sudden he just became so interesting? Nobody knew him before. He has no life before this. Make it make sense. In addition to that, he's telling us that he's been in parties with Epstein and places with Epstein. And you telling me nobody ever took pictures in the way the internets, nobody took pictures and it wasn't floating around like, oh, this guy looked just like Jeff. Stop it. Let me just say this. When he talks, he speaks in third person. And the reason why he does that is because he's trying to persuade us as well as program us as well as himself that he's this character that they got him playing right now. And the sad part about it, nobody wants to believe it. Inside of the files, they told us about cloning and all this other weird dark bullcrap. But we still just say he's is this man that lives on Palm Beach, that drives a nice car, was it?
I'm gonna say like this, Angela. Allegedly, in my opinion, dude has the same grill, same smile, all that shit, same hairline, same mole, wherever the fuck on this side. You know what I'm saying? Looks just like the Andrew Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, it's so crazy because they put signs in front of us for us to notice these things. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's not destiny that's really guiding us, it's our own observation of destiny. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, the top teeth could be different. He's wearing a grill. Look at the teeth on this side up here are fake. All fake. You could tell because it's black around the outside of his gum. You know what I'm saying? When his gum meets the teeth, it's black. So you could tell right there that's a fake tooth. Said, what's funny? I got to read this from TV. Said, what's funny? She's right, because with everything that was going on, Jeffrey, when he got caught up and then had his nose wiped clean, allegedly, yeah, and we never seen one thing from Pete till now. Exactly. Nobody heard nothing from Palm Beach Pete until even the nigga who said he was in Florida. Oh, he said, I ain't never even heard of that nigga. Who for you? He ain't never heard of me. He ain't nobody. Now I believe that nigga. I believe that nigga because he ain't check in with that nigga. And if you ain't check in with the nigga, but you want to check in with everybody else, is you really from Palm Beach, Pete? Cappy tried to tell everybody. Dude, I'm saying like this. I was with Cappy in 2018. I was with Cappy back then. Because I was still on my Ralph Smart days, you know what I'm saying? Feels so good to be alive, baby. You know what I'm saying, you know? Breathing in some of that good ass prana, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even had breakfast yet, type shit, you know? I was fucking working in a fucking Party City factory. It's weird. But shit, let's keep moving.
Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, it's Palm Beach Pete. I just wanted to set the record straight that I went to Instagram to let people know that I am nothing to do with Jeff Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete, and just wanted to spread positive vibes. I don't understand why you deplatformed me. I had a lot of followers, and I was just trying to do good stuff. And I hear you're moving to Florida. Maybe we can hang out. All the best.
Does anybody know how to spot a face filter? For you guys that are watching on your TVs, bear with me now, okay? We're gonna watch this again. Listen closer. Look at the top of his hairline.
Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, it's Palm Beach Pete. I just wanted to set the record straight that I went to Instagram to let people know that I am nothing to do with Jeff Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete, and just wanted to
see his hairline.
Vibes. I don't understand why you deplatformed me. I had a lot of followers.
Is that a face filter?
I was just trying to do good stuff. And I hear you're moving to Florida.
It looked like a face filter to me, don't it?
Best.
You do realize that this is the same guy who is the father of the Island Boys, who is the same guys who acted like the little twins and shit that were from like some I don't know where the fuck them niggas was from. Hey, who made TikTok? That's what I'm gonna find out next after this live. I got right, so let me put a memo up after this.
What exactly are the Akashic Records, just to catch those up who don't know? So the Akashic Records It's this holographic library that records all of Earth's energetic imprints. Okay, so that means anytime, what's an energetic imprint? Okay, anytime you speak, you leave an energetic imprint. Anytime you think a thought, you leave an energetic imprint. Okay, and everything that you have done in the physical, be it good or bad, you left an energetic imprint. So literally, everything you ever thought, said, or did is on record in the Akashic Records. It's a holographic library. But this is the Akashic Record. So this is why they say in the Bible, like when they talk about how God sees everything, they make you think that they're talking about a God in the sky. No, me and you are God. The goddesses and the gods, that's the God. That's the God. And we are everywhere. And he is everywhere because he's everything, because we are everything. Okay? But these Akashic Records, all right, are what they talk about in the Bible in code, when they letting you know that not a day is forgotten. Everything you do is recorded. It's not recorded like with no group of, white angels, naked ass white babies with wings on their back. That's not what how everything that was ever done was recorded. Like, cause in the Bible and in religion, they make you mainstream religion and Western theology makes you believe that if you do things the organic way, that you are outside the norm. Okay? Now, why am I saying that? Because in Western theology, which would be religion, all right, the study of religion, all right, you can see that they made everybody believe that everything that you do, they tell you that it is written down and it's documented, but they make you think it's some weird motherfucker up in a wall white heaven with some motherfucking wings with a book writing everything down. But that's not what's going on. Everything you do and think and say and speak is you leave an energetic imprint, because you are electricity. You are energy. 666. You are electricity, and you are magnetism. So that's why you yourself have an electromagnetic field to you, which they call an aura, because you have electro. Electro is short for electricity, and electromagnetic. So magnetic comes from you having magnetism in you, which is the soul. All right, this what gives you the unique ability to attract whatever you want to you, because the magnetism of the soul is so powerful. All right. So now that you can understand and we know what the Akashic Record is, you got to understand that Simeon Toko was directly affecting the Akashic Record, leaving his energetic imprint for this Kundalini rod to rise right now. And not just him, many that came before him, they all took part in leaving energetic imprints that will act as think how runway lights act for an airplane. When we coming from the higher realms, before we come through our mother's womb, we in full power of who we are. We know who we are. So we descending into this realm. We descending into this flesh. We're descending from higher realms into the solid realm. Remember, we come from the astral realms, which is higher than you got solids, liquids, gas, plasma energy, and then the astral realms higher than plasma energy. Okay, so we come from those realms and we descend down. That's why in Avatar, in the movie Soul, they show the souls descending from higher realms, higher vibrations. Okay, so when a plane is coming in and flying in at night, along the runway, they have all these lights to let direct the plane along its path so that it can land correctly. Okay, we have the same thing. It's these energetic imprints that get left. So as we coming in, we know like, okay, we got to continue this, do that, do this, do that. That wasn't done. We see all that coming in, and we come through the womb, we still have all that retained until they hit us with nanobiotechnology.
Goddamn facts. That's how they've been fucking us up, y'all. Allegedly, in my opinion, of course, you know what I'm saying? See, me and my family are happy and safe. None of us are sick. We don't feel like we're in danger or anything. His shit said not Jeffrey. What in the hell? But Hell, boy, you crazy. Better get that shit up out of here.
If you follow me, you know what we live on. And I've shown you multiple times that these things are awake and moving. Now, you've heard about this spaceship that should be here in November. Now, what makes November so special? Well, if this ship shows up in November, it's going to affect the gravitational pull of the Earth, causing major earthquakes all over the place and a lot of destruction. Now, for those of you that know, here's the Levi in the Caribbean. Let me show you how long it is. Where's she run up to? Right? You follow me? You know. Let me show you. Here's her tail. Okay?
Huh.
Let me show you.
Hey, that's real talk, too, shoes.
9,000-mile long serpent. Now, you can clearly see that the body comes through here. Let's look at the terrain change, all right? This is Yellowstone National Park. That's what this is around this area. But she goes all the way up to Alaska and around. 9,000 plus miles. Okay? Now, the important
I'm trying to make it out what he said.
if you read here, it says that before winter hibernation,
He didn't
called
utilize the
hibernation
green
for
screen.
snakes.
He sucks. But we get the picture. We get the picture.
On the West Coast, things are going to get crazy. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And from what I'm looking at, it's getting closer. I've been warning you all for about 2 years now. You've had plenty of time to make adjustments, save money, and get away. The movie 2012, where you see that the world, the earth split apart. Y'all remember that movie? When the man was in the plane, he went to go back and find his kids with the stepdad, blah, blah, blah. All right? That is a actual possibility because you all been following me. You know that I've showed you the entire digestive tract of the dragon, all the way around into the Bering Sea, where the tail ends and the cloaca meets. All right? Where the cloaca is the poop chute, and where they lay their eggs. We just had a 7.3 earthquake and about 40 more earthquakes almost at the cloaca. That means that she is getting ready to push out something big, okay? Now, whenever she has to push and that egg comes out, that tail is probably going to sweep.
Let's hope this thing ain't just gonna shit. Let's hope it takes a piss right on Russia, you know what I'm saying? On the real, I hope it don't hit that day either, man. I need some of that, bro.
You all remember the Truman Show? You remember when he finally decided to face his fears and he jumped in that boat? Even though he was terrified of water, he still got in that boat looking for the exit of the Truman Show. You remember the director gave the order to turn the severity of the storm up? Truman was hanging on for dear life. It capsized his boat and tore it all up, but yet and still, he survived. Do y'all remember what happened when he finally exited the Truman Show? What are they trying to do with TikTok? When he finally exited the Truman Show, they cut transmission because they no longer wanted the world to see. And what did the world do? Went right back to doing what they would normally do. What I'm saying is this: only few of you will make it out, but they are willing to destroy the whole system over a handful of people that...
That's a fact. That is a fact. They'll destroy everybody. Hey, is my chewing too loud? I'm just curious because I'm over here maxing this damn popcorn. Shit, I'll be trying to give that thing Jeffrey pill, wherever Epstein was giving everybody. You know what I'm saying? Go back to sleep or some shit, whatever the fuck, you know. Blink twice, or blink twice. That one.
Man, they gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand. That's what I'm telling y'all to meditate right now, because all will be shown to y'all. We got family, y'all. We got, and fuck the cosmos. We can just stay on this realm, nigga. Do y'all know that this is Atlantis? Yeah. What we think is Earth, them little 7 continents, is Atlantis, right? And it ain't just 7 continents, right? Those 7 continents are inside of an ice wall called Antarctica, nigga. And outside of Antarctica's ice wall, it's more continents. And then it's another ice ring around that. And then outside of that ice ring, it's more continents, nigga. They separated our continent, our realm, with 3 ice rings, nigga. The map that they show you of the world, nigga, that ain't how the world look, nigga. Well, I'm finna get deep right now. I bet a lot of y'all ain't even know, and I'm gonna make a video for YouTube for it. Did y'all know that if you want to talk about Africa, did y'all know that Arizona is literally the back of Africa? That you could through Arizona, through the Grand Canyon, nigga, which is why they don't let nobody go through it. Did you know that you could walk through the Grand Canyon, and if you keep walking through the Grand Canyon, your ass gonna end up in Africa, nigga? Whoa, don't let me. Why I will drop these? I will drop in the Smithsonian, know all this shit, nigga, that I'm telling y'all. This is a fact, nigga. Nigga, the whole map, nigga, the whole fucking map is not like that, bro. Yeah, y'all ain't know that. Y'all didn't know that. That's why Arizona got the sunsets they got. Yeah, the only place in the country with them sunsets too is Arizona, ain't it? It's forever hot in Arizona too, ain't it? And if you live in Arizona, you know they don't let your motherfucking ass go through that Grand Canyon, nigga. Why? Because the map, the whole fucking map, nigga, is off Richter, nigga. Nothing is where they told us it was at. Nigga, Arizona, if you go through the Grand Canyon, nigga, and you keep walking, nigga, and your ass keep walking through the Grand Canyon going south, nigga, through the Grand Canyon, nigga, you're going to end up in motherfucking Africa, nigga. Fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. Y'all better know who y'all fucking with. Nigga, we the last generation. We waking up. Come on, man. Been lied to about everything, y'all. The whole map is off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think about it like this, right? Think about it like this, family. All right? If you're conquering a people, right? A god species at that, right? And you need to keep them forever enslaved. What's the best way to keep your opponent off balance, y'all? How can your opponent be on balance if he don't even know where he is really truly at? Okay, so this is why they taught us about maps and showed us this shit, right, in school, to throw us off about where we really are. And this is why they never taught you your history, because like the saying goes, how can you know where you're headed if you don't know where you came from? And if you don't even know that you are a grand god that come from the Sirius star system that created the whole fucking galaxy, because they taught us in school that we were just African slaves and shit, how can you ever... And then on the map, they got you thinking that Africa across the ocean, this and that. Nigga, study the flight routes, nigga. Study the flight routes and then look at maps, nigga. And then you come back and tell me what you come back with.
Yeah, he was dropping some right there, y'all. Those some gems. Those good gems too, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hear now one that I didn't like.
Gavin Newsom right now, he's leading the way to become the Democrat nominee on markets like Polymarket to go out and become the next president if the Democrats were to win. He won't even allow his state to show ID. In California, if you show your ID, or even in Minnesota, if you show your ID, they're not even going to let you show your ID when you go to vote. And so a lot of the stuff that is supported by the Democrats is fraudulent or it is corrupt.
It is what it is. That's why they try to make the Nick Sherly Act. They making that Nick Sherly Act, and they trying to say he acting up. Really, is still. You know what I'm saying?
So when the history of this mission is written, what would you hope it says?
I hope they forget all about Artemis 2.
Why is that?
We
as a crew, and I think that's a little bit extreme, but we talk about our legacy being enabling the future missions, and all the way from Artemis 3 to Artemis 100 to missions to Mars. But I completely agree. But you're the first step.
Day one, Sean, don't forget about it, bro.
But watch what's coming next. It gets pretty extraordinary from
Forget
here.
about it.
Yeah, ain't trying to lie right there, y'all. They set us up to be deceived.
Good morning, everybody. This is Palm Beach Pete from Palm Beach, Florida. I'm so not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just me being me. I'm Peter from Palm Beach. Have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. He's a very bad person, what he did, obviously, and he is dead. And I'm alive. Good morning, everybody. Palm Beach Pete. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete. I'm not that really bad guy, Jeffrey Epstein.
You're not Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
Have you and Jeffrey Epstein ever been in contact?
Never.
That's a little bit deceptive there.
Okay, I get it. Are you a fan of pizza?
I love pizza. Maybe some spicy honey, too.
Is that code word?
What was the question? What was the question?
Are you a fan of pizza?
What was the answer?
Yes.
Yes, he loves pizza.
Okay, nice. Have you ever had a flight with the Clintons in the 90s?
Never.
No, his breathing is going towards a lie.
Okay. Have you ever been to an Epstein party?
I was at a party and he was at that party.
So the answer is yes?
The answer was yes. I was in a room and he was in the same room.
Have you got any facial surgeries?
Never.
So no surgeries done?
Correct.
That actually came out as a lie.
I mean, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. Bullshit. It is what it is. When they try to pull the wool over your eyes, but you tell them that you have steel wool and flints, you're gonna fuck somebody's shit up. What it is this dude's everywhere, bro. He said, I got you, Ben. Said Ben Stiller face ass nigga. Funny ass.
When you unlock all 7 chakras and you master them and you begin to rise to your next level of chakras, because you have a total of almost 144 chakras, okay? But they exist at the quantum level of you. You see what I'm saying? This is the physical chakras that help you rise up into the quantum level of yourself. And that's when you have a whole nother level of chakras to unlock. All right? And those are what you must unlock to activate the divine feminine part of the Merkaba. When you activate both, you can travel wherever you want to, right here in the flesh. You can activate all powers right there and go anywhere. You're going to know all. All that it is to know, you're going to know. All right? So, when you unlock these 7, you begin to make the divine masculine part of the Merkaba rotate. Starts to rotate slowly. Once you unlock the rest, the divine feminine starts to rotate. Okay? That's the Merkaba.
I was in deep thought. They didn't unalive this dude, but they opened up his files. Because you gotta remember, that's what these artists Epstein files. And in these files, he talks about all the stuff that they were doing. It was basically the same shit that the Germans and Nazis were doing in World War II. You know what I'm saying? The metaphysical training testing, the psychoactive treatments, the MK Ultra mind control into believing that black people weren't indigenous to this land and that they came from Africa on 3 ships that were small as fuck. And the thing is this, dude, thing is this. They came over, they would have died just like the pilgrims. Real talk. If they came over, they would have died just like the pilgrims. People wasn't built like that. You know what I'm saying? So we really need to learn the truth about the life. For real, for real. For real, for real.
Money isn't real.
So manifest your future. Bring that shit out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that divine light in you. You know what I'm saying? My light, I'm gonna keep that shit shining. Keep that shit bright. And we gonna get into it to the end of my life.
There are two Palm Beach Petes, and the second one has finally spoken up. And this is outside of him having a twin. The situation with Palm Beach Pete has gone viral because people found his YouTube channel where it shows him putting up videos and then abruptly stopping for several months before he reappeared as what we know as Palm Beach Pete. People have been concerned, well, where did the original one go? Where did the real one go? Did this one take over the other one? And then they have twins? So it looks like these are actually two different people. And when he spoke,
this is the real Palm Beach Pete. I want to thank everybody.
The original Palm Beach Pete on YouTube said he had taken a boat and he went out sailing for a long time and had large gaps where there was no internet, had no idea what was going on. He's thanked all the new subscribers. He explained the boat, what's going on. But then at the very end, he did say, I know there's a lot of craziness out there about my name, but we're not going to talk about that. We want to focus on the positive. So mystery solved, I guess, unless this is going to get weirder between the two of them. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. What up, though, Good Herb? Good Herb Bodega. Where's that at, man? Man, go there. Trying to figure out who the Good Herb Bodega is. I know you. I know you.
You're in a video game called Life on Earth, and if you're watching this video, you're probably a lot closer to winning the game than you might think. It does really seem to be that we live in a simulation. There's almost no matter in reality, and it's just photons, light, energy that responds to our emotions and our thoughts. And so what's the objective? What's the purpose of this experience, this video game matrix simulation? I want to offer a few perspectives, saving the most intriguing one for last. Many people talk about we're souls on a growth and healing journey, and that comes through experiences. I love the book, Journey of Souls. It talks about the planning process of picking our life, our body, our family, our challenges, and I get head to toe goosebumps when I read this book. I can't recommend it enough. Another perspective is that it's all about love. We're here to learn how to choose love over fear. And I want to point out that a lot of us forget to give ourselves that love. We focus it outward, but you are every bit as important as anybody else. And ultimately, I don't think there is anybody else, that we're all fundamentally one at some level. So when you give yourself love, you are giving love to the collective. Another reason we might be here.
Yeah, man. She ain't lying. Shit, lying off, man. Now back to our regular program. Let's get it.
Why is Egyptian lore documented in Australia? We're not paying attention. That's the top of the earth. They call it the land down under, but everything under Australia is down under. Australia is really the top. They the first ones get the sun. It's the top of the planet. South Pole is up, North Pole is down. They lied to us. They flipped the map to confuse the masses. And as long as we looking at a disoriented map, we disoriented in all of our perception. That's why Dr. Nitti Fuller said, if you don't understand white supremacy, everything you think you understand is only confusing you because it's part of the upside down. It's the strategy to enforce the upside down. And the only reason we in the upside down is because of science, conjure magic, and a replacement of a 2X chromosome on the sacerdotal seat that ain't allowed to sit on it. That's all. That's flipped us in the upside down. We looking at the infinity loop all wrong because we see it laid out in 2 dimensions. But what we don't realize is there's a circle at the bottom that's connected to the circle at the top because the 3rd and 4th dimension was crashed together. That's so now you got to split your life between the dream world and the waking world.
That's what's fucked up because I think I split my life to the waking world. And I don't really do the dream world unless I'm daydreaming, which is a lot. I tell you that it's a lot because I'm up a lot. I don't take naps and shit like that. I'm basically up fucking 18, 16 hours out of the day sometimes. Yeah. Sit up, side, sit. Up is down, left is right. You know your purpose and find your light. Yeah. Shout out, right? Hey. See, it's all about that in the glow, man, for real. When I say that shit, it's for real. Because I'm glad I grew up like Bruce Leroy, you know what I'm saying? Leroy Green, however you want to call it. I'm glad I grew up with that mindset, you know what I'm saying? It was good. Taught me a lot of structure I needed. Good path I'm on.
I don't think we were supposed to watch television and take on all the problems of the world. I don't think the body's equipped for that. No, there should be just a day the TV just goes off. Maybe a week the TV just goes off. What's so bad about that? In time, we're going to find out that all of the media is a misconception. Anytime you place your life outside of yourself, you're going to suffer grave consequences. Don't be fooled by the internet. There's a war going on, the battlefield's in the mind.
On birthdays, you don't like birthdays?
No.
No, not into that.
No. We came here not knowing that we were going to die. Somebody told us that. And if we never knew we were going to die, we wouldn't celebrate a birthday, because we...
But isn't it nice to celebrate the day you was born?
I'll celebrate the day I die.
Because you're going to move on to the next path in life.
Yes. Both, for example, you had how many birthdays?
Me? What do you think?
Well, I know that you had one birthday.
Yeah.
You were born on a certain day.
Absolutely.
You had no more birthdays after that. So I don't celebrate birthdays, so that stops me from counting days, which stops me from counting time, which allows me to still look the same as I did 10 years ago, just like that day before. obvious now that artists are supposed to own their master recordings. I mean, in the future, it'll be unconscionable to even think you can take somebody's creation and claim ownership of it. See, unfortunately, this discussion is going to start to barrel into a discussion about the human genome and the DNA and all the rest of it. When it gets there, then we're going to be in the deep water. See, so it's better to start the conversation now before we get into God talk. You know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and so that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. When I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. You know, I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise.
They didn't teach us that because they were all black. Whitewash. You gotta love it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Prince might have been on shoes for sure. I don't know. He had to have been on, so not like this guy though.
This building right here is a perfect example of a dilapidated building that is now being used for a hospice, home health care, and adult daycare. And this is the crazy thing that appears to be happening here in California. You can just start your own hospice. You have Advent Hospice right here. If you want to start your own home health care, you can just put up a white piece of paper and stick a logo onto it and say that's your home health care company. If you want to start an adult daycare, you can just get a building like this and receive money from the government. That's the crazy thing, is inside this one building, you have an adult day health care, you have a hospice, and then you have a home health care center operating all in one location. And why are tax dollars going towards all of these buildings? And they're quite literally everywhere. Everyone should be a bit suspicious about what's happening here.
Hella suspicious. But Sherly, you're on the case, right? Surely you are, Nick. We see you out there, bro.
Here's one of the authors of the bill. How are you guys doing? We just want to ask you about the bill and why you guys would pass this bill that really is an attack on free speech.
I am not even sure what you're talking about.
Really?
You said an author. I don't think.
Yes.
I'm an
Did you
author.
pass out? Did you sign to pass this bill? The AB 26?
No, I don't
24?
know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You do not.
No,
Are
you
you
guys
serious?
are just talking about.
We're talking about something random. Okay. Speaker Rivas, how are you doing? What do you think about the Stop Nick Sherly Act? AB 2624.
I don't know anything about it.
And do you think there's any conflict of interest there with Mia Bonta and her husband being the AG?
Why you
that
running?
just shows you everything you need to know. These people
Why
won't
are
even
you
answer the
running?
questions. You're a co-author of the Stop Nick Sherly Act. Oh, you know who I am. My name's Nick Sherly, ma'am.
have no
You signed
idea
off on
who
the
you are.
AB 2624 Act. Can you tell us about what you did on that?
I don't even know who you are.
Well, my
Are you a
name's Nick
blogger?
Shirley.
I'm sorry,
But
I
could
don't
you
know who
please
you
just
are.
answer any question about the AB 2624 bill? A lot of people are worried about that it's going to stop fraud investigations. But you're the one who signed off and you're a co-author of it. These people are crazy. They can't even answer questions about the bills that they're co-authoring. Oh, is this Scott Wiener right here?
Yep, yes he is.
Yes.
Scott Wiener,
Because they
how
try
are
to
you doing?
take our rights.
Doing great. Can you give us your opinion?
Capitol.
Thank you very much. Can you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist, so
You think please disclose how you think that. Look how they just run away. These guys are fools.
Oh,
It would
really?
suck to have last name Wiener anyways.
It would suck. I wouldn't like to have the. That's like having the name Richard. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be called Dick. Now, if you had Richard Wiener, dude, that would suck. Fucking suck. To call you a cock and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, what up, Scotty? How's you been, Brody? How's you been?
You have all these businesses, they literally open up a business, they just put HFS Hospice Care Inc. They don't do anything with the storefront. And then you have another one right here, Relief Home Health Care. absolutely empty inside. And then you have another one, SKH Home Healthcare. They're just popping up everywhere.
Scotty, you should do some shit like this. Said I'm high. Of course you're high. It's 420, my nigga. So everyone that made that bill are basically saying you in the pocket. Yeah, showing that they too have been on that shady ass. Yeah. But that's so lovely about it. You know what I'm saying? You guys tell it on yourself. But all he has to do is put a mic up to your face, and you'll just like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." You're done. You're done. It's over. No more vote.
What an embarrassment. Honestly, it's that's about as small as it gets. How weak do you have to be?
I don't like that one, man. You gotta keep it going, Nick. Keep it going, bro.
So today here in New York City, the mayor Zohar Mandami called protester Jake Lang a white supremacist, but he failed to mention that the two men who threw literal bombs at him are two Muslims, and he didn't even call them terrorists. He actually didn't even condemn that. But meanwhile here in New York City, you also have all these people. This is the famous Canal Street. And look, now they start freaking out because I put a camera on their face. But they sell all this stuff, counterfeit goods. Meanwhile, all this madness is happening here in New York City. Nothing ever gets solved. They let criminals do whatever. Whether you say this is criminal or not, it is. They're selling fraudulent goods, not paying taxes on it. Meanwhile, you're working hard right now. But these guys are able to make loads of cash and pocket it all in their pocket without ever even having to pay tax. So then watch, as soon as I put a camera on any of these fraudsters, these scammers, watch how they just freak out. How much? Show your face? No face? How come? How come? Look, they make lots of cash. They know they're doing stuff wrong. That's why they won't show their faces here on camera. And they're making thousands of dollars. So you have a mayor who's not willing to call terrorists who are literally throwing bombs in the city of New York City. They have a bomb squad there right now checking out everything because of how bad it is. Look, how much? How much? How much? Why? What's wrong? What's wrong? You doing something wrong? See, they know they're doing stuff wrong. That's why they all freak out. No, I'm all right. Thank you, ma'am. They know they're doing stuff wrong. That's why they freak out. And you really do have a lawless New York City right now. You have a mayor who's not condemning anything. Only thing he is condemning is a protester. He's a Christian protester. You might not agree with all his tactics. I agree. Some of his tactics are a bit wild. But he calls him a white supremacist, but he won't call the terrorist. That's a little crazy.
Yeah, man. They everywhere, man. New York, California, Minnesota, shit, Texas, yeah. Scamming is everywhere on the land. Shit. Look at, imagine how many daycare scams there are, bro. Just imagine.
California and Gavin Newsom is so corrupt that they're literally trying to pass a Stop Nick Sherly Act, okay? And this is phase 2. If you or anybody else thinks that you're gonna solve or point out any type of fraud in California, prepare to go to jail. The Stop Nick Sherly Act is a controversial bill in California that aims to criminalize investigative journalism by restricting the release of personal information of immigration support services providers. Critics argue that this act could be used to intimidate citizen journalists and shield taxpayer-funded groups from scrutiny, raising First Amendment concerns. The bill has advanced to the Judiciary Committee after a 11-2 vote in an Assembly Privacy and Consumer Protection Committee, with only Republicans opposing it. So that is just the surface of what these Californians are trying to do. There is so much California fraud that everybody that's in office, they all know what's going on, okay? But the thing is, they can't stop what's going on, because if they stop what's going on, then their money stops. That's what all this shit is about, all right? here in California, those people who are in office, okay, they do not represent the people. Just like the Democrats or the Republicans, they don't fucking represent the people at all for anything, right? We're being proven that right now, as well as the last 8 years, right? So yeah, California now, they're trying to push a law that says that you can't. Not that you can't stop fraud. They're trying to make it to where they discourage you pointing out fraud, okay? Which is extremely fucking weird, okay? Why would you want the American citizens to even point out the fraud or find the fraud, right? Nick Sherly went to California and he exposed the hospice fraud within the Armenian community, okay? Within 24 hours, Gavin Newsom and other California board members, whatever you want to call them, they've came out and they've tried to make it seem like they are the ones who are attacking the fraud head on. We all know it's a fucking lie, all right? Because it took Nick to come to your city as well as he did Minneapolis and many other cities, all right? It took him and his following and the pressure that he puts on these governors, people who hold seats in the House, whatever, okay? I'm not an expert on how it fucking works, but I just know that they're all crooked, all right? And you don't create the Stop Nick Sherly Act if you weren't trying to hide something, all right? So look, California is next. California is about to be cracked wide the fuck open.
Bada bing, bada boom. Big bada bing. Just saying. Natives about to be prosperous in the land again. Especially get all these damn fake ass black people who want to be black, but they ain't black. They got actual land that they came from. You know what I'm saying? Like you in our land, we they classified us as black, motherfucker. We is indigenous, Afro-indigenous.
Oh my god, I hope this is true. Nick Sherly wins again. Fraudulent California hospice shuts down after Nick Sherly visit. Awesome. I swear, this guy is like the new Charlie Kirk. I fucking love this guy. He has a great personality and he's doing God's work. Amazing.
All I gotta say, man, is keep it up, Shirley. Keep it up, man, because we got your back, dog. So I'm happy you clapping them all.
Nick got to watch himself, man. I told you, we got to get security for him.
For Gavin Newsom in 2028.
I vote for him because he got me released from coming home from a life sentence.
Really? Yeah. Wow.
So, so he didn't hold me back. He didn't hold me back. He signed off saying I'm fit for society. So yes, I would vote for Gavin Newsom.
I would probably vote for Gavin Newsom too if I were you then. And what he do for you then? Or like what were you locked up for? If you don't mind me asking.
I was locked up for murder, carjacking, and robbery.
Locked up for murder, carjacking, and robbery, life sentence. But Gavin Newsom said he is fit for society. My society. My California society.
What the fuck?
He fit right in.
Is this nigga
the
only
Joker? Drawback is apparently he is an American citizen. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that he is. That's the only thing that sort of makes him an outlier in Gavin Newsom's California. But everything else fits perfect. I wonder if this was part of the deal, though. One wonders if Gavin Newsom's like, all right, I'm gonna release these carjackers and murderers, but you got to bring something to the table here. You got a life sentence. Can I count on your vote? All right, done deal. Did it himself. No auto pen needed. You think I'm overstating the case about Gavin Newsom's California and what's going on there? All right, here's a report from the local Los Angeles station.
This is bad, and the area isn't safe either. We actually had to drive a few miles away just for safety reasons for this live shot. But the things we saw, we won't forget. An up-close, exclusive look underground at living conditions too extreme for words. It's hard to imagine someone living in there. Trash, human waste, and an overpowering stench. I gotta get back. Just moments earlier, we watched someone climb out of that storm drain using the sewer as shelter.
Yeah, but who did she vote for? You got to fight. See, this is where Nick Shirley comes in. See, it's like, I mean, I love the local Fox station in LA, but step up. You got to run over to her and find out, number one, who she voted for, and number two, more importantly, how often she voted. All right, we'll watch the end. She's literally living in the sewers, like Les Miserables.
Water and food? Her answers hard to understand. But the area, 88th and South Grand, overwhelmed with RVs, tents, and trash. Hello, yes. One Nala.
What country did she come
LA
from?
with me was picking up garbage here Monday.
We got a lady living down there.
When he saw not one, but two people emerge from the storm drain.
I can't explain that.
The fuck language was that, dog?
Living like a rat, worse than a rat. Come on.
Hello. And just 2 weeks ago, it happened again.
Someone is living in there.
Another street in South LA, another person living underground.
It's a human. It's a human being. Why are we accepting this? Why? All the officials, they have to do something. They have to fix this problem.
It pisses me off.
Fuck. Goddamn Ninja Turtles. Goddamn Ninja Turtles. You gotta watch the Ninja Turtles, y'all. You don't want to step in their pizza.
And during your meeting, they complained to you about increased scrutiny of their nonprofits, and you told them, quote, "Of course I'm here to help," end quote. It's on the internet. Anyone can listen to you say that. Since then, you claim you were not aware of their crimes in the $250 million Feeding Our Future scheme, the largest pandemic fraud case in the nation. But just weeks after your December 2021 meeting, the FBI executed search warrants that you never would have requested in the Feeding Our Future fraud investigation.
Gotcha moment right there, you know what I'm saying?
This is the FBI. We have a warrant.
We now have proof that Nick Shirley was right about what was happening in Southern California with fraud in the hospice care racket. We have arrests.
Federal authorities just announced the arrest of multiple people in Southern California in connection to a massive healthcare fraud takedown targeting sham hospice facilities.
The big question, would any of this happened had Nick Shirley not made a YouTube video about it?
Oh, or just
Count Chocula.
To the Garden of
Of course
Angels in
not.
this building.
It's right here.
Check in my grandma. Go look for it, bro. You see
That's what we're
Garden of
doing.
Angels.
That's what we're doing.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I think not. It drew attention. Now we have investigations being called Operation Never Say Die. Sounds like a Bond movie, whatever.
Operation Never Say Die. Those arrested, which include 3 nurses, a psychologist, and a chiropractor, are accused of operating a massive hospice fraud ring in the Los Angeles area, some of whom were billing Medicare for end-of-life services for patients who weren't terminally ill.
So the federal government has had to intervene because the government of California has allowed this to go on. That is what the evidence seems to indicate.
Maybach
$230 billion is the lowest estimate. Some models estimate far higher annual fraud amounts.
We need to get serious, and we don't see that happening in California. The ecosystem is rotten. We've uncovered lots of other derivatives that happen when you don't take care of this fraud in the way it needs to be done.
We actually have licensed doctors who are allowing this to happen.
Yeah, you tell
How does this
Dr.
actually
Oz.
work?
So you want to know how these schemes work. I'll tell you how she did it. She approached them at a market, or that they were approached at a grocery store about signing up for her hospice care.
They approach someone in a grocery store and get them to agree to give them their identity in exchange for cash payments of a couple $100 every month of passive income.
These defendants recruited beneficiaries who were not terminally ill and paid them to pose as patients receiving hospice care.
Two of the people arrested, Gladwin and Amy Lou Gill, the couple accused of creating a hospice in their daughter's name, allegedly swindling over $7 million from taxpayers.
This total fraudulent hospice services. They're signing up people who are not terminally ill. They were forging the documents, the medical records.
We arrested 8 defendants, including medical providers such as nurses and doctors. Medicare reimbursed these companies for services that were intended to go to patients dying from a terminal illness.
But somehow miraculously, the survival rate for these hospice clinics are over 50%, 80%, 70%, like something astronomically high. That alone should be a big red flag.
This company had a death discharge rate of 85%. When you go to hospice, you're going there to die. You're not supposed to have an 85 survival rate coming out of your hospice facility. That is 5 times more than the national average of 17%.
You get someone's identity, you use it to make them look like a hospice patient. They miraculously survive, so that then they can just, because you can't fake their death, so they have to survive. And then I guess you return the identity and they continue to live on, and no one bats an eye. And then this raises questions about Medicare, Medicaid, because that does.
All the money. That's what they tell me. All the money. And I do. I'm trying to follow all that money. Show y'all where it leads. It's crazy.
When we talk about capital, we tend to think only about financial capital, about cash, financial assets, but we know that's not the only value on which our economies depend. We know that every aspect of every part of the economy is fundamentally dependent on nature, as you highlighted. The air that we breathe, the water we drink, the soil, the oceans that we need for the food that we need to consume, the minerals that we need as inputs to technology and to infrastructure. And without these forms of value, these forms of natural capital, we won't have economies. They are the fundamental building blocks of our economies. But the ways, as you said, the ways in which we have grown our economies, our models of economic development, have been incredibly successful for global prosperity. But the unintended consequences of current models of growth are simply not sustainable on a finite planet. The amount of resource that we are drawing into our economies, Earth's resources, and the amount of pollution and waste that we're pumping out, whether that's through greenhouse gas emissions, whether that's sewage into our water, whether it's plastics into the ocean, is beyond the Earth's carrying capacity. And we know that that's leading, as you said, to very significant direct impacts for society, but very significant financial costs for the economy. You can look at that as you have and calculate that at a macro level. But the way that that's showing up as we're breaching these boundaries and breaching these limits and undermining nature is showing up in very practical ways that are showing up for financial risk for institutions. Lack of water is leading to disruption of operations, of supply chains where water is needed as an essential input for manufacturing or power production. The degradation of soil is leading to reduced agricultural yields. The decline of pollinator species is also having an impact on agriculture. So that's leading to direct financial risks for organizations, for businesses, and ultimately for investors.
Did I mention
so
that
ultimately
spraying
the reason for this is that
all that shit in the air, like atmosphere, stratosphere, shit like that?
Businesses and financial institutions
Kills all the worms and shit?
financial data, financial
fertilize.
metrics that are not factoring in nature. Nature is treated within the economy as though it's unlimited and predominantly as though it's free. And the risks and harms are simply not costed in financial terms. We can cost them at a macro level. They're not costed into day-to-day decision-making. And the result is, as a consequence, we've put all of our economies at fundamental risk. We can't do business on a dead planet. If we're going to protect natural systems, one of the solutions is to bring nature onto the balance sheet, to bring nature into the ways that decisions are made within business, to allocate a value to it and to bring it into accounting and financial mechanisms.
You know, she sounded like she wanted to be an elf or some shit. Like she was working, right? But she said a whole lot of nothing that led it up to being like, we should just integrate nature into what we want to make. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna make something, we might as well make it natural. Like how they got people who make trees that look like seats. Like they basically turn them into a chair. It's a tree chair, bro. Look it up. Some good shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But hey, she was on some elf shit. That's why I'm with that. I want a hobbit home. I want the whole damn tree chair, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for it. I'm there for it. Free living. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. That's it.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
I think you're a psycho scam artist.
They don't want to end their fraud racket. A lot of the politicians, they benefit from the political organizations, and so they want this racket to continue. They don't want the truth to get out.
Stop fraud investigations, but you're the one who signed off and you're a co-author of it. Here in California, they are trying to pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act. The official title of this bill is AB 2624, and today we're going to be confronting the legislators that are trying to pass this bill. And if this bill were to get passed, instead of going after the fraudsters, they're trying to make it criminal to go after the people that are committing this fraud. For instance, it would become criminal to film and reveal info on taxpayer-funded immigration services like healthcare, which would include daycare, hospices. It also covers counseling services, translation services, and immigration legal services. So for instance, if the Quality Leering Center was inside of California, it would be illegal to expose them. It would make it illegal to film government-funded NGOs. And this bill essentially wants to shield the info of immigrant support services from the public. So your tax dollars, you'd have no idea where it's going because it would then become confidential and you would not be able to see how much money that NGO is getting if it's going towards immigrant services. And what makes this bill super interesting is the lady who created this bill, her name is Mia Bonta. Her husband is the Attorney General of California named Rob Bonta. You cannot make this up. So you have the Attorney General who's supposed to prosecute and go after the fraudsters, and then you have his wife who's trying to pass bills to go after the people exposing the fraud. Like, seriously, this is absolutely crazy. And the AG, Rob Bonta, just a few days ago said they were cracking down on the fraud way before certain people came into the state.
We've been doing it successfully before certain people in this country decided to think about it for the first time.
However, it was only after I exposed over $100 million in fraud that actually made any arrest here inside of California. Let's say this bill gets passed. What could happen to you if you expose fraud or go and look into immigration services? Well, you could receive a $4,000 fine underneath a civil fine, a $10,000 fine if it's criminal, and a $50,000 fine if it becomes a felony. You may also face potential imprisonment and your content be forced to be taken down. This is a complete violation of the First Amendment, as they are trying to take down and suppress your own speech, make it so you can't film in public, which is taking away your freedom of press. There's a whole lot of issues with this bill, and today we're going to be confronting those that co-authored, signed, and passed this bill. And so truly, every single day here in America, you are learning more and more about the fraud that is taking place. And if you want to become a member of the Anti-Fraud Club and help me as I go all about the country to expose this fraud, go join at antifraudclub.com.
Hey man, you know what we learning over here, y'all? You know what we learning over here? If y'all want to keep it on leering, keep on keeping on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I was tripping on two shoes. Like, that motherfucker said Larry, and I'm like, hey, this motherfucker nice. You see nice with it. This dude's a comedian. Fuck yeah.
Here on the state of California. It says there's 14 children enrolled here.
Hey,
I do care. Then where are the children?
Why are you naked in
where
front
are
of
the
the
children
children?
at?
Yeah, she
Where
know
are the
he
children
is.
at? Where are the children at, ma'am? All right, so what she's doing is she's making a video right now. She's gonna send it out all to all the other daycares.
Oh, 50,000?
At the end of the day, enrolled for 14 children, no children here, and this is from the state of
likes
California.
on
We're not
TikTok,
targeting Somalian population. We're just going after daycares, and just so happens to be that all the daycares, they are Somalian so far. Where are the children at, ma'am? 14 children. Would you like to make a statement as to where the children are?
You don't care where is my children are.
Ma'am, we would not be here if we weren't asking you.
You don't care. You don't care.
What do you mean we don't care? This is why we're here.
And don't record me. You don't care.
This is why we're here, to ask about these daycares.
Ask me who you are.
We are immigration services. We want to know if you are hiding Moody pass. Let me check Moody pass.
Follow the money, 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 follow the money.
That's all we gotta do, y'all. Just follow the money, alright? Remember that. Follow the money.
Kill them all. Whether it's the eggs or the redia or the Cercarium or Cydia.
These are all the stages.
These are all the complicated little stages. Are a wormwood combination, a ground clove, and the third herb is an extract of the green hull of the black walnut tree. You have to use them together because you have to kill everything at once. Otherwise, one thing turns into the next.
Right, right. How long? How long do you have to take this?
5 days or 6 days.
That's it?
That's it.
And what happened? The parasites are...
Yes. All the parasitic stages are gone.
So earlier I mentioned Dr. Hulda Clark. She was a big advocate of combining wormwood, cloves, and black walnut as a way to deal with parasites. This combo has been talked about for years in the herbal world because each ingredient contains natural compounds that are believed to support different stages of the parasite life cycle. That's why people don't just take one. They stack all three together. They come in capsule form with 240 capsules in one bottle, which is more than enough for most people. Usually you just take 2 capsules after a meal. Super simple, no complicated routine. And honestly, these sell really fast. Almost every time they restock, they're gone quickly. So if you still see the yellow link below, that means they're still available. Make sure you grab yours before they sell out again.
Yeah, man. Get you some of that. Get rid of the damn worms, y'all. We don't need real in us. For real, alright?
You see, the more at peace you become, the less you tolerate chaos. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You stop showing up in places that disturb your calm. You start choosing silence over proving your point, distance over forced connection. It's not arrogance, it's alignment.
That's what a lot of people gotta understand. Not everybody's meant to be in your energy. Not everybody's meant to bask in your light. Sometimes you gotta hide it and go somewhere else because they don't know how that shine is meant to be taken. But you can't keep it faking. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep moving. There's other circles that keep that shine. You know what I'm saying? There's other circles.
Oh wow, look at that. I have never seen anything like this. It's not just a double, they're crossing each other like a woven pattern. And the reflection on the water, it's like an entire lattice of color. Absolutely incredible.
What makes this bill super interesting is the lady who created this bill. Her name is Mia Bonta. Her husband is the Attorney General of California named Rob Bonta. You cannot make this up. So you have the Attorney General who's supposed to prosecute and go after the fraudsters, and then you have his wife who's trying to pass bills to go after the people exposing the fraud. Like, seriously, this is absolutely crazy.
So you notice that too, huh, Callie? See, the like circles within circles within circles. See, the thing is this. It's the the bubble dimension. You guys think about like what was that one movie with bloody fuck. All right, think of it as a whole bunch of circles. You got a tesseract of circles. The whole tesseract is full of little circle balls. Circle balls are like interlooping and everything. You know what I'm saying? Whole seed of life thing. That's basically like our dimension, but we're just one little bubble. You could go up, down, left, right, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's more bubbles. It's just we can't go out through the top. We have to go through the sides. There's little cracks and shit. You'll see it.
It's a direct violation of the First Amendment, and it makes it harder for people to expose fraud here. So the Mia Bonta, her husband's the Attorney General of the Attorney General of California, and it was only until I exposed fraud that they actually cracked down on the fraud and made some arrests here, especially with the hospices. And do you know that if this bill were to pass, it'd make it illegal for someone to go after fraud, especially if it's based off of immigrants, for instance, Armenians in California. Weird that the wife of the Attorney General, Mia Bonta, is now pushing this bill that literally goes against the First Amendment.
No, I actually don't. I don't think that this bill violates the First Amendment.
So your bill criminalizes publication of images recorded in public. Do you believe the government has the right to punish journalists for filming in public space?
No, I think that that is a complete misinterpretation of actually the piece of legislation.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Sherly Act, AB 2624?
I don't know anything about it.
And do you think there's any conflict of interest there with Mia Bonta and her husband being the AG? That just shows you everything you need to know. These people won't even answer the questions. So you signed off as a co-author of the AB 2624 bill. What made you want to sign off on this bill that would literally make it so NGOs don't have to disclose their money? Why does your bill apply to organizations receiving taxpayer money? Shouldn't publicly funded entities have more transparency, not less? So entities that receive money from the government, shouldn't there be more transparency and not less? So you signed off on a bill that would make that harder to have transparency. But you're literally signed off on a bill that would make it for less transparency, sir.
That's debatable, and I don't.
A journalist.
See.
A journalist, Nick Sherly. Okay. You said that what you discovered, the 40 minutes of fraud.
All right. Calm down. Calm down. All right, man. Yo, what up, though? Of course, y'all know it's the top of the hour. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate y'all thanking me. Liking the video. Shows thanks to me. I gotta slow it down a little bit because sometimes thought process, you know what I'm saying, a little bit too fast. But appreciate y'all coming through. Next one will be 333 quality lyric. If y'all will be interested in there, I will see you possibly tomorrow around probably about 9:15. I'm gonna get a little bit more of these Shirleys, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, appreciate y'all family come through and been a nice one.
Hey, and nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. We're still the kids we used to be. I put mine to see if I still. And nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of.
The real flex is how many lives you can positively impact. It's not about cars, clothes, or clout. Influence means nothing if you're not helping somebody to grow. The legacy you leave won't be measured by what you had, but by who you helped. Real power
you.